What a drunk bunch.
Yeah, at first I thought, I wonder if they're actually getting drunk because they're just drinking Bud Light. But
Sure.
then I would see them pouring like tequila bottles and and champagne, and I was like, oh yeah, they probably are actually hammered. There was some during the speeches or whatever at the stadium. I saw a clip that John Schneider was mouthing to someone like, "I'm fucking wasted," and I was like, "Oh damn, like
He
10
looks a little
a.m. Like how
he
really
looks
did
a
you
little
start?"
drunk at all times, but
Well,
well,
after
He
after
does.
that Percy Harvin trade, absolutely, he must be drunk, you know.
He does certainly have a reputation as a guy that drinks. Famously,
wow.
the Ryan Grubb news got broken by a guy that I had on my podcast. But when Ryan Grubb got hired, it was because they were all drinking at a bar in Renton, at a
They
Dino's
go to
pub,
that
I
bar
believe.
all the time. That's their spot.
Yeah, apparently that's the big. If you want to see some Seahawks inside info, that's the place to go.
You should put like a
Maybe
microphone under a table, you know, like in the salt shaker or something.
Yeah,
maybe that's how we get in. Maybe that's how we become Adam Ray, as we just go linger.
we go
Clout
buy
chase.
Dino's pub.
In person clout chase.
Do you think do you think Adam Ray is just holding on to severe blackmail of Mike McDonald and of all of the Mariners players? He's like, they were all on Epstein's island. I have pictures of all of them. He was playing Jeffrey Epstein on stage.
That's funny. And to be clear, I think, yeah, I mean, again, the argument is more the reverse. They're clout chasing with him. I mean, he's more famous than
Definitely,
most of them.
he's definitely more famous than them. There's
Yeah.
certainly. I'm not trying to make America great again, but there's some clout to the old athlete, you know.
Sure.
The big time baseball players has some clout that no comedian will ever have, in my opinion.
Right.
No one's gonna cry when they meet Adam Ray in public, you know.
Yeah, true. By the way, he did post. I mean, not to just make this the Adam Ray hour, but he
Yeah.
someone made a painting
We'll be right
of him
back.
and all.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And all of his characters. Like, I mean, that is like so touching. I can't imagine. And to have like I think 75% of comedians go like, "God damn it, he's doing another fucking character." But no, anyway, so the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. I don't know. We could get off of the Adam Ray topic. Very exciting time. It's second Super Bowl that they've won. It's the Corey was I think 13 when the Sonics won the championship in 1979. But it's the first championship or the second championship I've experienced as as like a sentient being. I was alive when the Huskies won the championship in '92 or whatever, but I was like not aware of football really at the time.
Yep. And you clearly don't count the storm, so who would?
Ooh. I mean, I did parade. There were 75 of us. It was quite a time.
That was just gay pride. Yep.
They were drinking rosé and
I was born in
Light, drinking cartons of wine, boxed wine.
I love it. I was born in 80, yeah, so I did miss 79.
Oh, damn.
1880? God damn.
Just missed it.
What were the dinosaurs like, Corey?
I will say my dad would talk about that time, and just like professional sports is so different now. It's so big. He was like, yeah, you could just like go park on the side of the street in Seattle and go to a game. It wasn't like how it is now. And like even in the Yankees and the teams that played in New York, it wasn't like every game was sold out. It was attendance was like for most games was like 10, 15,000 at the most.
Right.
And now it's like sports are such a huge part of the culture, but it didn't used to be that way. And in Seattle, like the whole culture is just like we suck, everything sucks, it's never going to be good. By the way, I got a question for you guys. At what point in that game were you willing to say game's over, the Seahawks won the championship?
Great question.
Cooper Kupp said he wanted 3 zeros.
I literally was saying triple zeros in my home.
Yeah. I think we're conditioned that, I mean, 2 scores can be done. So, you know, as soon as it was beyond 2 scores, I guess the final wasn't even technically, but they scored 2.5 left or whatever, the second touch. So yeah, once it got to past 2 scores, I was ready. But that's pretty late in the game. That was 4.5 minutes or something.
Yeah, because everyone's like, Again, it's a Seahawks Super Bowl where everyone's like, "This is the most boring Super Bowl ever. We hated it," and I'm like, I never took my foot off the gas. Like I was prepared for them to lose the whole time. It never ended for me.
That was just the weight crushing on your heart. Actually, it had nothing to do with the football game, but I was nervous the whole time. I mean, like again, like halftime, I was like, I don't see a way, even though it's 9-0. And as you watch the mic'd up stuff, it's funny because it's 3-0 and Mike Vrabel's on the sideline like, don't give up. We got this, guys. And it's like, buddy, it's still a 3-0 game. You think that was his pregame speech, like, hang on, guys, we're gonna be okay.
We're gonna go down swinging. Go down.
It's still the week before, actually. Yeah, but I mean, like, when they scored that touchdown and then it was like 19-7, I was like, okay.
Right.
This could be something. Even though they had done absolutely nothing all game, like all of a sudden they're gonna score 21 points in a row or something. Like, no, but you're just conditioned as a Seattle guy to be like, just don't even let myself get my hopes up. And so yeah, once we scored obviously like the pick six, I was like, oh, like once we got the AJ Barner touchdown, I was pretty much confident that they weren't going to be able to come back. Like, if we kept kicking field goals all game, I was like, well, eventually something could happen. But
yeah, I will. The first drive that ends in the field goal, and then the next drive, they both end in field goals. They're like, I'm like, these are the kinds of drives where you're like, you want to score touchdowns on those, and sometimes the difference between winning and losing in a game is those two opportunities you have, turning them into 6 points instead of 14. And then, I mean, the defense was just so dominant. I made the comparison, but it's like an alligator or a crocodile ripping it like takes its. They don't kill you by biting you; they bite you and then they drown you underwater. And I feel like that's what the Seahawks defense does. Is it just never lets you up. Like, it never let the Patriots up. Sure, they scored some points later in the game, but, like, it just is relentless. And, it was like, I mean, such an impressive performance from that defense.
Even that Reek touchdown was a quick snap where he was, like, lined up near the linebackers for a second. I didn't realize that in real time, probably because even the broadcast is like, what's going on,
Yeah.
But at that moment, I was like, oh, no, here we go again, a meltdown, and then they do nothing again, and you're like, oh, what? And then you watch again, you're like, oh, he wasn't even in position and all that stuff. And he still got an arm in there and made it close. But yeah, I was again, like, we can go back to our predictions. Like, none of us thought it was going to be necessarily close. Casey, you predicted a shootout for some reason, but
I was one of my predictions was correct, which is I didn't think Sam Darnold was going to play very well against the Patriots. And I think sneakily, Sam Darnold had, I pulled up some stats. He's had a pretty rough second half of the season. Outside of the game against the Rams, so the game against the Rams like kind of kicks off the second half of the season, the one mid-season where he throws 4 picks. And then the only good game he really had after that, like really good game. Some of the games he didn't have to have a good game because the Seahawks took a lead and he didn't have to throw the ball very much. But was the game against the Rams in the NFC Championship, and he had like, there was a point I want to say he was like 4 of 13 or so, like, or maybe 4 of 17. It was like a jarring. It didn't feel as bad as the stats were, but it was like maybe it was 4 of 13. But it was, I mean, that's a bad start for a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, you said, I mean, they were jumping routes. They were doing some stuff that was interesting. I mean, his very first completion was like, whoo, that was
almost a pick six. Like, imagine what,
changed the whole game. And Christian Gonzalez is amazing. He was amazing the whole game.
I mean, he saved 2 touchdowns by himself, basically. And one was a bad Sam Darnold throw that was like
underthrown.
JSN was like, dude, what do you throw it over there, dude? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm. He underthrew and overthrew a pretty significant chunk of balls. Yeah, I don't know. On one hand, you go like, well, some of that was avoiding throwing a pick or fumbling, or getting sacked. So you take it, but then there was a couple that were like, well, that very easily could have been intercepted. So you can't fully just go like, oh, he did a great job there of avoiding a pick. But yeah, numbers wise versus, I don't know. It's when you watch the JT guy, what's his name? O'Sullivan?
Oh yeah, the JT O'Sullivan,
Yeah.
backup. What's his name? Not backup QB. He was a backup QB, but
Yeah.
QB school.
yeah,
school.
QB school.
He's more positive sometimes about a game, even if the numbers aren't good than you are as a fan watching. But yeah, I don't know. But he was so good in the NFC Championship game that you kind of, it makes you forget, like, oh yeah, he wasn't exactly.
Well, I think that Mike McDonald has talked about this too, where he uses the phrase like "let the game declare itself," and then play accordingly. Where it's like that's the type of game you don't need to throw 800 yards in, because your defense is outmatching them, and you really just have to not screw up to lose.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think he threw the ball 38 times. Like, it wasn't like they'd stopped throwing the ball. He didn't have a bad
No,
game.
the Patriots gave it to us 38 times on, they punted 42 times.
Did have a lot of possession time, but yeah.
For sure. But to be like he doesn't have to complete half of his passes I don't know about that. If he, like the Saints game, I want to say he threw like 12 times and 10 completions. So he had like the yardage didn't look good, but I'm talking about like 4 of 13 is bad no matter what like the circumstances are. That's never like the game plan. If the game plan is we're going to run the ball and we're not going to be like, we're just not going to give up field position, we're not going to turn the ball over, that's one thing. But this is like, there's no game plan that's like complete 25% of your passes, and like that's the preferred outcome.
Of course, it's not his ideal. He's not like, this was perfect and exactly what our plan was. But
yeah,
I think let's get into this too, is like there's a lot of debate about, was this the best Seahawks defense? Was this the best team? And I think this was the most flexible team that could win in different ways.
Yeah.
And I think that aside from the McDonald, he called them walk and talks, where everyone broke into groups and went walk and talk for an hour about kids and life and stuff. But like, I think that helps not build resentment, unlike the Legion of Boom hating Russ, where Sam Darnold is super humble and he's like, hey man, I just want to throw my pass, kick my dog, and he's just he's just doing whatever. Like, I think that this is the most flexible team that could win with defense and win with a shutout, and we could throw, we could run, we could stop the run, we could pick off 8 times, the Houston game, which was supposedly one of the best defenses, we turned the ball over 18 times and still beat the crap out of them. So
yeah. I agree with you completely. The Seahawks can beat you in every phase. Like, they showed that they could beat you with the run game, beat you with the pass game, beat you with their defense. And then
we didn't play that, like the Indianapolis game, which was in real danger of being one of those classic, we tripped on our own dick because we playing an inferior opponent and we got down early and we messed up a couple things we should have easily done. But they didn't really panic. They just go, this is the type of game, just win it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's better defense than the Legion of Boom, but I think because there's not really superstars, but it's just a better, complete, deep team, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you completely. And I think like it's not only is it a good and complete team, but they're young at every position. Like the you're not even looking at like age, like I guess aging defensive line maybe is where you'd be concerned, like DeMarcus Lawrence and Leonard Williams, though guys like Williams' kind of style of play tends to age pretty well, but nobody's super expensive and everyone is thinking dynasty already. Like it was nice to get the cart at least in line with the horse to win the first one and not talk dynasty this early. But like, do you think do you think this team is better or worse set up to be a dynasty than the LOB teams, or do you think it's better or worse set up to be a dynasty than the LOB teams?
I think better, just because I think their attitudes are better. I don't think Sam Darnold is trying to steal the limelight necessarily.
Sure.
I don't worry about any of that stuff. And I think when you draft fifth rounders, Riley Mills, what was it, fifth round maybe? But
Yeah.
when you draft a guy like that and then he just completely overpowers a guard for his first ever sack in the Super Bowl, you're like, oh, I think these guys, special teams. I mean, this it's really like, even if one side of the ball gets a little bit worse, I think we got Torrey Horton coming back that can pick up some slack. Like, now we also had incredible injury luck, which happens every year.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
But again, like, this is kind of why I'm like, just let Kobe Bryant walk. Don't spend, because we got Ty Okada. We got these guys that came in when he was hurt and nothing really necessarily dropped off. Like, I think Kobe's maybe a better coverage safety, but maybe not as strong in the box. But I don't know. I think we'll win a minimum of 5 Super Bowls. I've already put $10,000 on it. So,
well, you put on here, because I tried to not do this, but you already had Andrew made some notes. I was lacking in notes today because I was looking into a mixing.
This is Casey's flu game.
Yeah, this is my flu game. I
had to record a podcast while I was a little under the weather. I'm a hero.
Oh, I know. I truly am the hero we deserve. So looking forward to next season, there's it's a good time to just enjoy, like, revel in the joy of the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl. But
it's like we got the draft in like 10 days or whatever. Like,
no, the combine's in 10
now.
days. The draft's in April. Yeah, but yeah, shit does keep moving, and that's like they were talking to Mike McDonald about that on something, and he's like, yeah, I got to. He's like, we're gonna be in Indianapolis for in 10 days, and
OTAs in like 3 weeks or something like that. Yeah.
Kubiak's in a suit talking about his new job while we're all getting hammered, and you're like, let the guy, give him a second to celebrate. No, all right.
He doesn't even get to join the parade. Probably that's kind of messed up.
No.
Yeah, that's sad. I'll put up. I'm gonna put up one of the comments up here because I think this is an interesting. Okay, so this is we've done some Nate Robbins interpretation throughout the brief history of the podcast. What he's saying here is, don't be too afraid that Clint Kubiak may try to pilfer, and he's saying Kenneth Walker III. So there's a couple guys. I had not thought about Kenneth Walker following Clint Kubiak to Las Vegas. There was a lot of talk about that last year when Pete Carroll took the job and before they had taken Ashton Genty. I don't know if I see that now, but there is some concern maybe some people would call it, other people maybe aren't as worried about it, about Clint Kubiak leaves and there's some vacuum down to Las Vegas. I think Rashid Shaheed is a very likely person to follow him down there. Played for Kubiak in New Orleans, played for him here. Didn't have a huge role here. Obviously had like a very key couple special teams plays and made
just 6 touchdowns, like kickoff return. No big deal. Just made them get the ball at the 40 every time. Just, not like a huge role, like very limited. I mean, we wouldn't even miss him. Just like our only deep threat, why not just
hold on. I'm not the one saying, I'm not saying to get rid of him, you
time.
dickhead. I'm saying he didn't have, I think, the role that he would want to have here in the passing game, right?
Okay, Luke, calm down. No.
I do like when we bring up comedians that probably nobody some of them know, but like these are just like local comics that we're making inside jokes about. The Shaheed could follow Kubiak. And then, like you said, Kobe Bryant's a free agent. You're going to have to make a decision. And this isn't necessarily true. You don't have to make a decision about Cooper Kupp. But I think it's hard to pay Cooper Kupp what he's making next year based on his production this year. And you have in here, should Cooper Kupp retire? I'm like, retire, put him on the coaching staff. Like, keep him around. When I saw the like mic'd up stuff with him and JSN after the game, it's really obvious, regardless of what you think about all the like kind of squishy stuff in sports, like JSN has a strong relationship with Cooper Kupp. I don't know if it's worth keeping him around for whatever $18 million cap number next year, but keeping him around in some form, I think would be, I would prefer to letting him walk, obviously.
Right. Well, I mean, you mentioned it, that it's like someone said, who was it that said recently they thought we had the strongest wide receiver room in the league, and I was like, okay, if you say so. I mean, maybe the best one, and then maybe camaraderie wise, how would you judge that? I don't even know. But without, if we lose both of those guys, it's like a little scary because you don't just
What you mean if you lose Shaheed and Kupp?
Like, how do you get wide receivers in this league?
And Kupp made some like real clutch catches. I mean,
he was great in the playoffs, I thought.
He made some.
Yeah.
And I mean, his blocking is an undervalued asset. Even the mic'd up thing, they showed a JSN block, and I was like, oh, I didn't know he was even that physical of a receiver that Coop is rubbing off on him. But
sure.
But yeah, it's a lot of money.
I mean, also we're getting a new owner. Like, who cares? Charge the card and put it all.
No, it's like this is always the thing.
Epstein is going to buy the team and pay for it all later. Like, that's
it's
not
the amount of
problem.
cap space. It's not. I'm not. I don't care about the actual money. I'm talking about the percentage of
the
cap space.
Is fake. It's going up like $50 million this year or something like that.
Tell the Saints the cap is
yeah,
fake.
I know, but just draft a quarterback in the 15th round and.
Well, and then. Mike Hansen, friend of the pod, says keep Sam Darnold's salary where it's at. That'd be a huge advantage for us. Yeah, Darnold is signed to a very team friendly deal. Not quite obviously like rookie. Like if you could take the Patriots quarterback situation or the Seahawks quarterback situation going forward, like Drake May is on a rookie deal for the next 3 years. He'll probably get the 5th-year option. So the next 3 years, he's on like a very cost-controlled, much cheaper than Sam Darnold deal. I think you could make an argument that you'd rather have May than Darnold. But now Darnold is in that exclusive club of guys who have won a Super Bowl, and I know a guy like Andrew is going to value that a lot. That's going to be his argument is, well, he has won a Super Bowl, and that's a binary that matters a whole bunch. I'm personally non-binary on that issue, but it was coming. It had to come.
I think, we have a rule of not negotiating until 1 year left. I don't know if he puts his nuts on the table and says, I just won a Super Bowl. It's time to break all your rules. I don't know that he seems like that kind of guy.
Certainly
anyway.
doesn't seem like that kind of guy. And actually, like you said this earlier, but I think that the team seems like they don't have any of those kinds of guys.
My biggest, Shaheed is number one to me, and then K9 is number two just because of Charbonnet's injury. ACL is always a funky, you kind of have to waste a year even when you come back. And I don't know. I was a little worried because everyone was comparing him to Le'Veon Bell. And I was like, oh, no, he's going to hold out and get a rap career and sign with the Jets. Like, this is going to be a terrible move,
Yeah, and I'm going to do like a longer, like, away from you guys so you don't have to endure my horrible, pedantic free agency talk thing about this. But I'm going to give you real quickly so
you want to ship Reek out of town.
These are the Spotrac annual average value, market value for each one of these guys. So imagine this spread over probably 4 or 5 years. So Kobe Bryant, I just want a yes or no from both of you on whether or not you would sign him to a deal at this salary. Kobe Bryant, $14.3 million annual average value. So a 5-year deal would be like $72 million.
No.
Walk or keep him?
Get out of town. Great player.
What was last number he said?
It was $14.3 million. So if it was a 5-year deal, it's going to be like about $72 million plus. Some of it's going to be guaranteed. That's important to it also, but that's your annual average value. is 14.3 million.
Probably go. Yeah.
Okay. Rashid Shaheed, 14.1 million. So you're like in the $71 million range.
Hey,
What year is he in the league?
I want to say he's like 20
or how old is he?
6 years old. He actually had more production in
27 years old.
27 years old. So 5-year deal would take him through age 32. Has never had a 1,000-yard season. He's especially now in the NFL where the return game is more important. I understand the point of having a guy who's a skilled returner, but on a team, not only so the Seahawks have a bunch of cap space, but it's not like these are the last guys you have to pay, right? You're going to eventually have to pay Byron Murphy, Devin Witherspoon.
Right.
Oh my
But
God!
a lot of those are on
JSN.
like ascending. It's like a year. You got time to spread that out, Plus, Sam Darnold just got a second job at Raising Cane's, so I don't think he's going to need a huge contract.
I don't know what you're talking about. The ascending. What are you talking about? The ascending.
Well, I mean, Byron Murphy's not up for two. Like,
they're staggered. Is what you
this
mean.
year, but it's gonna be, you can
But-
make the moves necessary to get the. We had $80 million in dead cap money this year, and we still won the Super Bowl. Like, we're in a good spot. I feel like.
I don't think they had $80 million in dead cap.
I challenge you to fact check me.
I'm doing it right now.
So Shaheed, the reason I ask is is it this role this
Holy
next 5
shit,
years?
they did. My mind is blown.
What were the words?
I was wrong.
I'm wrong.
I'm not sorry.
According to Spot Track, yeah, that's crazy. Who were the big dead cap numbers? What am I not thinking of?
There was some team with like 100 million. I think the Colts had a bunch, maybe. I think the Jets, who traded a bunch of people away. I think
I guess there's a bunch of dead cap on Geno and DK.
Yeah.
That makes some sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so the Seahawks do have a bunch of cap space coming up though, so that's like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
And the cap just went up. What was the cap?
But it goes up for everybody.
I know it goes up every year because they're adding 47 games to the season, and they're
they keep making more money.
Yeah, I want Shaheed around. Is it the exact role he's? Is there a world where he becomes more involved in the passing game, or is he just the deep threat and then great in the return game? And a little harder to pay that was 17 million for that, but.
At his press conference when he got traded, he said, "I want to be here. We'll work it out later." I'm sure that's all like,
Sure.
You better fucking say this. But
yeah.
Well, here's the question. So if you keep Cooper Kupp, if you cut Cooper Kupp, it's $9.5 million that you save.
Oh, save. Okay.
That you save, and so would you rather have Rashid Shaheed at $14 million or Cooper Kupp at and get rid of Cooper Kupp, or Cooper Kupp at his cap number and not have to cut him, and not, it's like a $5 million difference.
I'd rather have Shaheed than Kupp if it's an either or, but I think you can make everybody work except for Boye Mafe. I think is going to get overpaid, and he's a twitchy defensive end like that, but also he was like our 5th best guy, maybe like.
So Boye Mafe, according to this Spot Track thing, and market value by Spot Track is not a perfect, obviously. So, but they say $8.1 million. Yeah, they say $8.1 million annual average value. To me, that's not a number that on Mafe that I'm like immediately throwing him out. Like, I might actually entertain that number. I suspect he's going to get more than that, but like, that doesn't sound that unreasonable to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know that position, by position what the comparison.
I mean, the cap went up $20 million from this season to next season. It's going up $20 million. Like,
I know, but everybody gets that money, so that's not like a benefit to the Seahawks. It's actually worse for the Seahawks probably. But also like when you sign a new contract, it's like
they always put it in certain ways to make it, it's gonna be fine. You worry too much.
Andrew's a financial advisor.
Listen,
All right.
It'll be fine.
Well,
That's
there will be a
big.
very
As someone who's
annoying.
never had to worry about money in my life, I
Yes.
think you guys are just freaking out over nothing.
There will be an annoying and
Your
drawn
dad will
out
pay
video.
for it. Don't worry about it.
What's Tariq Woolen's number? I mean,
So-
could you get? This is my question: is could you get 2 Jobs for the price of 1 Reek? Because I
So
know
they
you
have-
in the middle of the game said, "Nice send off for Reek."
So this is according to Spot Track, and this is a couple days ago that I did this. Reek was at 8.2 and Job was at 9.7. So Job was more valuable according to Spot Track.
I'd be surprised, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just reporting here. I'm not making my
Okay.
own analysis. So,
Fake news media.
All right.
so this is it's a strong wide receiver draft class. That'll have something to
Like
do with a
3
couple
draft picks though, so it's like I
Yeah.
get it.
So that's true. One, they do
And
have
we
3
traded
draft
like a
picks.
3rd and a 5th for Shaheed, so it's like not that you don't repeat a mistake just because it was expensive, but also like it was kind of expensive. Maybe we should keep this guy around.
I hate the practice of paying a guy because you already overpaid for him. I hate that practice.
Sure.
But the thing you said, they don't have a lot of draft picks. There's kind of strong receiver draft classes every draft now. If you go look through them, there's like guys are coming out of late rounds in every draft. Like players have got, or receivers have gotten very good at being coached up, or like coaches have gotten good at coaching up receivers, I should say. A lot
Torrey
of good receivers.
Morton got 200 yards and then went out with shin splints the next day. Like, I mean, I don't know if you can rely on a skinny 130-pound receiver to play 18 games in the NFL right now. So
I can't even play flag football with Andrew for a half hour, so I don't know those numbers really. Yeah, watch out.
well, you got a little more meat on your bones than
I was
Torrey
about you.
So should we get into the actual like
Fun stuff.
Yeah, the fun stuff.
Yeah.
I did say this is gonna be. It's like it is. We should be just enjoying the joy and not talking
Yes.
about like who's gonna lose a job over this.
Yeah, right.
I watched the game with my mom, my sister, my brother-in-law, and then we had 3 kids in the house, which is very different from 12 years ago when I was at a bar where my friend smashed a pint glass, and we talked about it a little bit last week. Like, I did get a call with 3 minutes left from that group of friends, and I was like, how's the glassware? My first question was, how's the glassware doing? Yeah, it was a relatively low-key Super Bowl. I mean, it's kind of what they're going to be from now on for me. I'm old. I got kids. That's kind of when you guys were at the parade yesterday, I was a little bit jealous. And then I remember the last time I went, and it was, 15 degrees, and my family, the cell service is all out, and it was like such a hassle and so exhausting. And I was like, and then I ended up having food poisoning at the exact time I would have been trying to get on a sounder train home. So I'd have been fucking projectile vomiting all over the.
you must have been one of the
Sorry.
offensive linemen. I think he's a little drunk.
I'm built like an offensive line. I'm 5'11". Otherwise, I'd
Let's
be.
sign you. I mean, you'll work for a league minimum. I'm sure of it. I've seen what you take at comedy clubs, so lowering the price for all of us over here.
That's right.
I
Yes,
watched at
maybe.
Circa Sportsbook in Vegas. It was kind of fun just to see people. The coin toss went to heads, and there was a big cheer and a big "God!" And you're like, "This is where I want to be with people that know the game."
Better.
No one's like they're waiting on every play. They're not. People aren't like chatting and going, "Hey, what's up with what's a coin? What's a crypto coin?" Like it's like intense and fun, and you want people that care about it as much as you. Daddy, where's my baba? Shut up, the Seahawks are playing. Like
It was intense. Did you watch it on the streets of Seattle?
intense. I was at Corey's house, and that was fun.
yeah,
I
that
mean,
looks fun. That was fun.
nobody. I mean, there was like one fight that started to break out at halftime, and then the guys
the
ended
same
up
as
making
Casey's
out and
house, though.
apologizing and then drinking with each other and taking shots. I missed your
Oh,
joke,
exactly.
Corey.
Yeah, exactly.
Corey said
But
this
yeah.
was my house.
Yeah, it was a fun one. I mean, people talk about boring, but I mean, we were invested. So being invested made it. I thought it was very fun and not boring. But yeah, I mean, that's just I've made 2 different teams that I didn't care about. Maybe I would have thought it was boring, but people don't put a value on the defense being fun. They want offense is fun, and that's just kind of how people view it. And then
I'm used to not a lot of scoring going on, so it's kind of normal for me.
I thought there was a lot of funny commercials. I thought there was less of the like sappy commercials than maybe past years, even though there was sappy ones. You're like,
The
get out of here,
Clydesdales didn't take a
outta
knee
here.
during the national anthem or whatever. I didn't
Get out of
see
here with
it.
that. I want funny commercials. I want entertaining, like the big booty Latinas at halftime, and I want like what do we? But I didn't watch. I
By the
watched
way.
Point USA's halftime show, so I don't even know what happened on the regular one.
Could the Turning Point USA halftime show have come off worse than it did? Like I can't imagine
I don't think
literally
so.
the flip of the channel thing where the guy's like it's like and I don't give a shit about Bad Bunny either way,
Sure.
but like Bad Bunny's like it's like a party, and then this
Yes.
dude goes, "I just want to drink my beer." It's like
so bad.
it was like AI. I don't know who that guy is. It's like AI wrote a country song. It was so
There's a
bad.
Bo Burnham bit where it's
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
exact. You're like, how are you doing the?
Lee Bryce,
This guy's
baby.
making fun of you and you're copying him. Like
Yeah.
it's so bad.
So bad.
I went to his YouTube comments today because I was trying to write some stuff, and then all of the things were like, "I just want to kiss my fish," and I was like, "Yes, he's getting trolled. Thank you."
Hilarious.
I did see
yeah.
a thing because the Kid Rock lip syncing thing.
Right.
First off, I think that several of the last halftime shows for the Super Bowl have been lip synced. I think that the
Sure.
level of choreography has made it so like these people have to lip sync because they're putting on such a crazy show. But it was made more obvious, of course,
It's also
by the fact
for safety or whatever. They don't want you yelling "Free Palestine" or whatever in the middle of
Yes, yeah. But
fuck you to if you don't like my city.
yeah.
On King 5.
oh, dude, that's by the way, this Seahawks team is doing a lot to the softness of the Seattle sports fan, the perceived softness of the Seattle sports fan. Ernest Jones alone is doing a lot to just make that, like, to really make this into a city, a sports.
Could you
city.
imagine Richard Sherman coming out and going, "If you have anything bad to say about Russell Wilson, fuck you"? He'd be like, "I have more to say."
Yeah.
Someone left
But,
a Facebook comment that was like, "Bunch of people celebrating a thing that doesn't even matter," and I was like, "You're confusing the Super Bowl for your birthday." And then I put the Ernest Jones, "If you got anything bad to say about my city."
That's funny.
Yeah, couldn't come off more bad. Where were we at? You were asking about
the
I just
syncing
wanna-
thing with the Kid Rock.
made worse.
So one, it was lip sync, but then the fact that the audio sync with the video was so far off just looked insane. And it's like, yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't have strong feelings about Kid Rock as a musical artist.
Just talking about Kid Rock is getting your food poisoning bubbling up, I think. You can see him go, "I just can we go back to off-season contracts? This is hurting my head."
It all threw me for a loop because I didn't know it was like recorded a week ago or whatever, or 2 weeks ago in advance. It wasn't live. There was a small audience that seemed lame. He's like kind of throwing the Turning Point people under the bus, but trying not to. He's being like, they were great, wonderful, great people, but they couldn't sync it up. And and then he and his DJ are in a house in Nashville trying to recreate the rap to show like, this is where I rap, this is where he raps. And I believe that. I believe that there is like, oh yeah, there are times when we think he's, because we can't tell the difference between two white guys' voice, two white rappers' voices. It's the same. Where that's actually not him. That's his DJ filling in on that rap moment, on that line. and he goes, and then the DJ goes, and they go back and forth. But it was like combined with not being synced up with his microphone at his hip, and he's like, it's just, I'm flailing around on stage, guys, and clearly they weren't up to speed on the song. They didn't know about it. 30-year-old song that they didn't. And he goes, "Were you lit up?" "No, I wasn't lit up." "Oh, so they can't even show footage of you rapping because you weren't even lit up." And what idiots! But they were great people, and I love them, and they were wonderful, and they were so sweet and kind and amazing, and they're the best. And woke liberal, it's just like so funny because it's like, no, we're all just like, everybody's just teasing you because this is so cornball. The whole thing is just like so cheesy and corny. And then you go to the other one, and it's like, and then they're talking about the lyrics and how you can't you can't have this lyric and that lyric. Well, can you not understand the words, or can you understand the words? I mean, I got a relative posting about how like or whoever it is, doesn't matter, posting about like, oh, this is my whole
all your fans are relatives, Corey. We get it.
I can't believe
that's his ex-girlfriend.
My daughter, had to watch this, and you're like, I thought you couldn't understand the word. What is it? What are we talking about? And you didn't have to watch it. You could have flipped it. I don't understand. You don't have to watch anything.
I was glad they tied me down and forced me to watch it. I ended up actually enjoying it, and I thought it was cool. I had the same experience because after that, I was visiting my mom, and she lives in a 55 and up community, and they had a comedy night, and she was like, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Not really," but it was Kayvon, who's got like a Dry Bar special.
He's a right-wing griftery kind of guy.
I got that. Yeah, I didn't. I watched a couple clips, and I was like, "Oh, it's decent jokes. I'll check it out, and maybe I'll meet somebody that'll give me $100 next time I'm visiting mom." And then I got in there, and I was like, I'd have a panic attack just preparing for this set,
Wow.
And but yeah, pre-show we were sitting at a table with all these 80-year-old people, and they were like, I couldn't even understand anything. And then another guy was like, and it was too political. And I'm like, what do you mean? You don't understand it, but you do? You Googled it later to see what to be mad about?
Silly.
And so the guy was like, oh, I guess the power lines were like representative of like Puerto Rico's power issue or something like that. And then the lady goes, when we were there, our hotel lost power. And I was like, you guys. So I literally go, oh, seems like a good thing to bring up, maybe, and then they all just, I was trying to start an argument a little bit. I was being Corey, just trying to whittle at them, and they refused to take the bait, which I was very upset about. But I loved the Bad. I've got to familiarize myself with more Bad Bunny because I liked it, and I enjoyed it even better. There was a guy who it was an old TikTok, but he reposted it on Instagram where it was like the gringo version, and he sings the lyrics translated, and it's English. Like, oh, now we're talking. Like I can actually, but it's not any more. It's not significant. It's like, do you want to come to the VIP? And I Never Marry My Girlfriends is like the same song.
So what I think gets lost a lot, especially the Super Bowl, is there's this weird entitlement of Americans that like something has to be a thing, or like why is the halftime Super Bowl performer, entertainer taxed with uniting the country in the first place, or being a certain whatever? This is a business. This is the guy who has 19 billion streams last year, who won the Grammy for Best Album, who's worldwide probably the most popular artist currently in a game that wants to be worldwide very badly. Got games in Germany and England and Mexico City, and it's a business. You pick a star that's the most popular in the world. If I'm ever on a cruise ship, and it's the nightclub, that's why I realized, I know these songs. Is because those songs come on, and every single person goes nuts, of all of the ethnicities, of all of the languages spoken. the people who work on the ship, the people who are visiting they're all going wild for those songs. And I was like, I didn't know those were Bad Bunny, but I've heard these songs all the time. And it created some controversy, which is good for the business of the game. And like, it's a business. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Pretending like some halftime show needs to be anything other than entertaining.
And more people watch the halftime show than the game, according to the ratings. So like,
yeah, and
people
it wasn't
tune
even
in for the halftime show.
By the way, Michael Jackson 25 years ago had more views than his halftime show, which is insane to get those numbers that long ago. Like, that's just wild. But anyway, he's never done anything wrong. So
I did see something which, not to dispute, now that you've really,
I went for a ride on
killed me
his
on the-
teacups one time, and that was a whole other.
Now that you got me with the dead money thing, I don't want to question you too hard, but I did see a thing that was like 42 million households watched Bad Bunny, 42 million households watched the Super Bowl, and 22 million watched the halftime show, and then people were like, what else were the other people watching? It was like a count all the votes thing. It was and it was genuinely like a guy that was one of the the griftery types.
A lot of robots were watching the halftime show at the American TPUSA, but
how could many people vote for the governor of Arizona, but this many people vote for the president of the country? Well,
I do think there's a
people
thing
don't
like
mark that box.
Our generation and Corey's generation, also the one older than us. Just kidding. Are you 43, Corey? It's fun.
Prehistoric.
45.
Oh, you're 45. Okay.
Yeah, so it's valid. All the jokes are valid.
I do like that we're going. You're the oldest. Well, no, I'm not gonna say it's too much, but I was gonna say we're in inverse order of attractiveness and age. Now it just sounds like I'm trying to fuck Corey and make Andrew jealous.
I don't get
generation,
the joke, really. Inverse is too big of a word for me. So
our generation has been allowed to feel like we're still in touch for longer than any other generation. Like whenever you see those old pictures, when you see like a 35-year-old in the 70s, you're like, that person looks like my fucking grandpa.
Yeah.
And now we're like, because of the internet, I think we're allowed to pretend we're still in touch. It's not the NFL's job to make music, to bring music. I'm out of touch. I'm 39 years old. I'll be 40 next year when the Super Bowl comes around. And they shouldn't be putting music up there for me. Neither should Turning Point. They should have some fucking younger country, or they should have an actual country artist, not Kid Rock. That's very insane. But like, they should have someone younger that appeals to the young people who watch that shit.
Yes.
It's a brilliant point, because I mean, this is how you know we're getting old, because Corey was like, oh, I don't know any Bad Bunny songs. I'm like, that's how you know he's a faithful family man now, because he used to be the Tinder whore of the century. He knows bad bitches, and bad bitches love Bad Bunny. So if Corey doesn't know it, we're out of touch, you know?
Totally out of touch. I'm not being touched. I'm out of touch. No touch.
Loveless, sexless marriage, and
But
and they started it in the weeds there. I thought they were looking for Corey's golf ball, so I was like, "What is this halftime show about?" You know,
I'm playing well right now. But this whole conversation is what I'm worried about with. I mean, it's the similar situation of when was I convinced we were going to win the game? When am I going to be convinced that we're going to get a basketball team? Because the governors are going to meet this summer supposedly to vote on it. And it's the same reason I'm nervous about that, because NBA is not as popular nearly as the NFL. And obviously it's gone worldwide, and it's trying to and I just go, I'm not going to be convinced until they say Mexico City's not even a city anymore. We would never send a team there. That's crazy. Here are the jerseys, the team's on the floor playing a game. Because everybody's Vegas and Seattle.
Corey wants 3 zeros on the clock.
I want 3 zeros on the clock. I want us to be 8-74 in our first season as a team, the new Sonics, and then I'll go, all right.
I thought you were talking about our ages in 1994. 8-74.
So here's the question: how do we make halftime great again? Who do you want to perform next year?
it's Bad Bunny was fine. Like that,
Yeah.
the NFL is doing great, and they're not doing it for me. That's my point. It's like fucking.
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
let's piss off more conservative. Let's win this culture. Let's get BTS. You know, they're like the biggest Korean.
Korean pop.
Yeah, like. I was also thinking maybe Drake could perform, right? Because isn't there that rule that like you know, when they put Hillary Clinton on SNL, they were like, we have to give Trump a slot now for fairness. So it's like we had Kendrick, maybe Drake gets to say his piece. You know, there's like a rule where he gets to
has to be even. I
love
even. Casey filmed it. I reposted it. I love the Chad Daniels joke of like we should just be whoever won the Grammy for Best Country Performer, and people laugh, and that was Beyonce last year. So
that's funny, yeah.
This year it wasn't, but
I think there's this guy. I also wrote down Sabrina Carpenter. She can do like an Eiffel Tower act out in the Super Bowl, really get everyone riled up. There's this great young artist, Robert James Ritchie Jr. I don't know if you're familiar with the great work of.
Casey's pointing, he's not familiar with any of these things.
I don't know any of these fucking people. I'm out of touch. Robert James Ritchie Jr. could be.
You're a red-blooded American male,
leader.
and Sabrina Carpenter has not popped up on your TikTok feed at this point.
Sabrina Carpenter sounds familiar, but I couldn't name a song. But I told you, I thought Chappell Roan was Chappelle Roan until this year.
Dave Chappelle Roan.
Yeah, I don't know these people, and that's okay. I'm not saying they should not be making
these people. Okay. Yeah. Robert James Ritchie Jr. is Kid Rock's son.
Okay.
So I was doing a little research.
7 names.
Kid Rock actually has full custody because his mother tried to stab him in and so that's
family
how
values.
bad. Yeah, family values, literally. How bad do you have to be as a parent for the court to say, you know what, you belong with Kid Rock? Like that's free. Ludacris maybe would be fun, I thought. He was actually at the Seahawks after party. And then he was supposed to be on this big conservative rock the country thing, but then he pulled out claiming schedule missing, but it was just no
Ludacris pulled out
First time he's pulled out.
I want to do it at the 50-yard line with a Ludovic kick for 3. And then I think the best option is Kanye West. You know, he just apologized, and he'll get both sides united. It's the best redemption story since Sam Darnold.
We'll both hate him. Both sides will hate him. Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah,
but
like
has
Kanye ever done a big
anything
like
wrong? Absolutely not. What?
No, I stand with him on all of his stances, everything. It becomes less and less embarrassing to listen to his music still. I definitely
I mean, I turn it down when I'm in my Tesla, but that's about it, you know.
Isn't that the entry chime to the you open your Tesla and it's like the stronger music? Yeah, I don't. I mean, if we're being serious. Oh, by the way, I have two comedians I've worked with who have stories about visiting Kid Rock. Did you know Kid Rock has a full, I believe it's a 1-to-1 replica of the Oval Office in his house? Like, I maybe even more of the White House.
Donald Trump films his press conferences.
Maybe he's got Steve.
He's looking out the window. That's the grand ballroom. Oh, wait, no.
Steve Renazzisi has a story, and you know everything he says is true. No, but he has a story about visiting because Kid Rock goes to like a bar in some town, and they like, and then Chris Porter also has a story about.
Oh,
they're like good buddies, and like I do think, I would you go? You're in whatever Grand Rapids, Michigan, and they go, Kid Rock wants you to come hang out and have a couple beers. Are you doing it?
Yeah.
By the way, I'm doing it without hesitation. I'm not hesitating for a moment. I'm doing it.
Absolutely. And I don't buy all of the stuff. I mean, I don't buy all the stuff he says. Like, I mean, 6 years ago, Kid Rock had he been relevant in 10 years, 6 years ago? So I don't know if I buy all of the things he says that he believes or whatever anyway. I mean, I think that he a lot of comedians have spent time with like him and Jelly Roll, and like well, those two stories. But there's other stories of Kid Rock showing up at comedy clubs or being around comedy, and I just want to know. Yeah, I'd want to like. I'd be a wimp, but I'd want to poke him a little. But I don't think I think I'd wimp out. He'd probably let me.
I was in a similar, not 1-to-1, but I was hanging out at Emerald City Comedy Club, and our video friend Brent was there, and he was like, introduced me to this other video guy, and he was like, "Oh, Akash Singh, comedian, is down the road at a bar if you want to go hang out." And I was like, "Oh, the guy that's getting cucked all over the internet? Like, yeah, I would like to. That'd be kind of fun,
Sounds
you know,
like my kind of thing."
Yeah.
Well, he goes, it's funny. He goes, "Oh, do you know him at all?" I go, I met his wife in college." And then he laughed, and he was like, felt guilty about laughing. And then, but then by the time we wandered over to the bar, he was already gone. But I was gonna come up with something nice to say, like, "Hey, I'm proud of you for like still being alive. I might have killed myself by now."
Good for you, buddy.
Jelly Roll was an interesting one to bring up, and we're not talking about Casey again, but he gave this whole thing about, "I don't want to be political, but I have something to say next week." And it's like, what kind of statement is that? And then he's given like testimony to Congress, and he's like hugged people in the cabinet, and it's like, pick a lane here.
Yeah. Well, there's an interesting expectation for almost every famous person to comment on everything in politics, and then some go out of their way to do it when they don't need to do it. And you're like, "What?"
We're always asking my political opinions on Facebook. They're like, "Please, Andrew, post more politics."
I don't know how to feel until Andrew Rivers weighs in.
We know how to feel when Casey weighs in.
My downstairs neighbors? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. I've been working on a song. I just want to shave my head, wear my hood,
tattoo my neck.
Oh yeah, that's what we got to close on.
Fuck. Oh, damn
Close
it.
on it.
Yeah, Andrew. So tell me the origin, because I actually don't even. This has just become part of the lore. But how did this happen? That you've promised the world that you're going to get a neck tattoo?
Just.
He made a promise
chasing?
and nobody's holding him to it, but he's like, I guess I gotta do this.
Well, my Facebook comments are full of it now,
okay.
But I don't know when I started it with the Mariners in the playoffs. I said I'll get a Humpy the Fish tattoo on my neck if the Mariners win the World Series. Okay. And then that got like 3,000 likes on Facebook. I was like, "Oh, this seems like an effective way to get some clout and some tickets." Yes, like not working, but yeah. And then
Andrew's dad's not even dead.
Just needed a new hour. And then when the Corey sent me some Joe Biden Phillip Rivers meme, and then I posted that and made a bunch of jokes and said, if they win this game, I'll get a Phillip Rivers neck tattoo. And then the whole game, I was like, oh God. But that got, 2,500 likes or whatever. And then I was like, oh, it seems like an effective way to keep getting. And then I posted something about the Seahawks, and it got like 400 likes. And I was like, no, this is losing effectiveness. And then I kept trying to repost it to be like, maybe this will be the one that gets thousands of likes again. And it's not really taken off like I hope, but maybe once I get the actual tattoo, we'll see.
So are you gonna get a tattoo? The people want to know. Everyone's been clamoring. I did get a message from a friend of the podcast, Adam Rose. I think it was Humpy. He wanted you to get Humpy tattooed on you, but well, that's what I'm trying to determine. I messaged a guy. I ran into this guy on a hike who was like, we were just making chat, and he was a tattoo artist. He just moved from Austin. I was like, how's the comedy down there? He's like, it's awful. I was like, oh, okay, we could be friends. And then, and so I was like, hey, I might need a Mariners tattoo pretty soon.
and so we just exchanged info. And so I just hit him up. I'm gonna go maybe meet with him tomorrow and talk about a couple ideas. And got a big theater in Renton to sell next week still. So hoping if I get the tattoo this week, maybe it'll be a big post and we can.
Well, if you get a tattoo every time you need to sell tickets, it's going to be.
Well, I thought about it. Like literally, I was like, I'm canceling a show in Portland because I sold 2 tickets, and I was like, all right, well, maybe if I post like, hey, if we sell 100 tickets, I'll get a tattoo. That might be the new thing. Is like just
tattoo for every city.
Yeah.
Tattoo. If you pay my bills, I don't care.
Right. Well, it's like I don't do a lot of much of anything on OnlyFans, but people are like, "You're
whoa.
Well,
how do we get here? How do we get
I'm just
here?"
saying, like, people are like, you send gay guys things like pictures and videos.
Corey, you have an OnlyFans that's not you. You're like,
where have you been?
Creator on OnlyFans?
I didn't know this was a surprise.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
He's Bad Bunny is doing the Super Bowl.
He's in the bottom 3%, actually. So it's.
I am a bottom. Well, never mind. We had to close on the tab. I'm just saying, like, people, like, you pay me money, I'll do a lot of things.
He sold a photo of his naughty bits for $700. Was it? Yeah.
Dang.
To a gay
How come your
fella.
podcast mic isn't better?
I have a really good one. I just didn't. I'm too lazy.
All right. Should we
$1 an inch?
Yeah, shut it down and talk next Tuesday, hopefully. If
I
don't have a new illness by then.
Sounds good.
Right.
Where are you guys? I got a show this Saturday in Everett, Valentine's Day at Brad Upton Comedy. Brad Upton.
Is Seattle a sports town? This is the last thing I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Is this going to galvanize? Are people going to finally pay attention to Pacific Northwest, or
I hope
do we need a basketball team first? Do we?
Well, I'm with Corey. I'm not going to feel like the basketball team's coming back until they're on the floor at Climate Pledge Arena. And I think that like the last couple of years have made Seattle. I mean, they got to sustain it, but it feels like on all fronts, like the baseball team, the Mariners feel like they're going to be sustainable, and the Seahawks feel sustainable. And I was very excited about the Huskies a couple of years ago, and then obviously that's changed
dramatically.
It's changed a little bit, but anyway.
I heard Desmond Williams said he's gonna if the Huskies pay him extra, he's gonna get a neck tattoo or something like that. So, do you guys? Here's a question: when the Seahawks win, do you guys have like fireworks in your neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta drug the cat over here.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did bring that up last week. Yeah. So that's kind of like I live in a quiet neighborhood, so I'm like, the only thing I worry about is leaf blowers, but that's got to be something for like.
Well,
it sounds like
that was a real pro ice stance you just had there.
They sound like they're in my backyard, but I go outside and there's nobody near. It's like far away, blocks away, miles away. But yeah, it's all night long. I was actually surprised at how I thought it was going to go all night long on the Super Bowl, but it's kind of ended now 2 hours after the game, probably.
Yeah, that's the same here.
I also read that we had 0 arrests during the parade, so I don't think you can be a real sports city until you, burn a Waymo or something.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
I just want to punch a car, burn a car, loot some stores. Oh, it ain't easy being country.
All right, my show's in the Northwest. I'm opening for Nick Thune at Tacoma Comedy Club on February 16th. I will be at Portland Helium with Gabe Rutledge on February 24th, and Smead's Pub and Black Raven Brewing in Washougal and Woodinville, respectively, coming up. Andrew, I think you're the last.
Andrew, anything?
Oh, I will not be in Portland next week, but I will be at the Renton IKEA Pacific, whatever, Performing Arts Center. And and then Black Raven Brewing in Woodinville the next week. Fireworks in my backyard.
Mike Hansen, fireworks in my backyard. It's Corey's OnlyFans. Mike Hansen on the board to close out the podcast. What a way
Corey's
to end
penis
it.
looks like what's his name? JP the third. He looks like his hands after fire. Corey had an unfortunate fireworks incident with
Jason Pierre Paul.
There you go.
JP.
There it is.
Yeah. All right.
Jason Pierre.
All right.
All right. Saturday, Valentine's Day in Everett. Sunday, Tacoma. Bad teachers. If you happen to be a teacher adjacent or educator, or that's just jokes. If you want to come to a comedy show with jokes. Sunday, 6 p.m. February 15th.
All right.